Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call this Town of Cedar Lake Planning Commission March 16, 2022 meeting to order. Please stand and pledge the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Action, roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Here.
Mr. Foreman will be late. Mr. Sharp?
Here.
Mr. Fowler is currently absent. Mr. Becker?
Here.
Mr. Spora?
Present.
Mr. Wilkening?
Here.
Mr. Oliphant?
Here.
Mr. Austin?
Present.
Mr. Salatas?
Present.
Ms. Murr? Present. Ms. Abernathy, present.
Okay, thank you. Let's get right to it. Item 1, minutes from February 16, 2022 public meeting and March 1st, 2022 special public meeting and March 2nd, 2022 regular work session. Would anyone like to make a motion on these minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve these minutes.
A motion from Mr. Becker to approve the minutes,
Second.
second by John Kapora. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Kapora?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes. Motion carries. Item 2, Cedar View plat, final plat, James Smath Brooker. There's been some correspondence. Mr. Brooker is going to be running late, so we will move item number 2 to the end. On to item 3. Perez, K&R Lakeview, 13901 Lack Drive, final plat. It's for a final plat for a 2-lot subdivision. Owner petitioner Ricardo Perez, 13901 Lack Drive, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Vicinity 13901 Lack Drive. Petitioner is requesting a final plat for a 2-lot subdivision. Jill, where did K&R come from?
Jack Holes had called and the Perez's realized they could name their subdivision and asked to name it KNR.
Oh, okay. That would be on the official document?
That would be on the official document.
Okay, all right.
And that's actually the updated plat in your packet.
Okay.
Sorry, the paper one cuts it off. It'll be on your iPad.
Okay, petitioners are requesting final plat for 2-lot subdivision. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Glenn Boren. I'm with the DVG team, and I'm here on behalf of the presidents who are also here this evening, requesting final plat approval for the K&R Lakeview, previously named Perez Edition.
Okay.
And so the only big difference between the preliminary and the final was the name change. And the final plat that you see before you was I cleaned up some things that were a little bit confusing. So I cleaned those up and then obviously submitted them to Don for his approval.
Okay. Mr. Oliphant,
Yeah, everything's
liking it
good.
all?
Huh?
You like it all?
I like it all.
Okay.
There's a small letter of credit associated with it.
Okay.
To approval.
And that dollar amount is what?
It's very small. The 3% inspection fee is $120.83.
And 2083.
Performance letter of credit is $4,430.25. It's actually extending the curb from the subdivision to the south all the way around to their eastern property line. And then they will install sidewalk when lot 1 is built.
Okay. Jill, does the building department have any comments on this? No? Okay. Mr. Austin?
All good.
All good. Any of the commissioners have any questions or concerns? Is Heather zooming by chance, Don?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Does she realize she can't vote?
Hey, Heather?
Yes.
Hey, just so you know, evidently there's been some changes by the governor regarding remote voting, and that is not allowed at this time. So,
Nope, no problem, I will be here for my ears then.
Okay, I appreciate not having to ask you that. Thank you.
And I have a question
No problem.
for Dave. Can we pass an ordinance to allow this to happen?
I have the ordinance, I'm carrying it around with me to bring to your next council meeting. You
Okay.
can. I've talked to people in Indianapolis.
Very good.
Okay, back to the Perez's. No one has any questions or concerns?
No, sir.
Okay. Don, you have a letter here with these numbers in here?
I do, it's dated March 14th. It was revised to include the new name of the subdivision on it.
Okay. So if anyone would like to make a motion on this item, please do so regarding Don's letter and fees.
I'll make a motion that we approve the petitioner, request for a two-lot subdivision, which, will include Don's letter of 3/14/22 in the motion.
Okay, thanks, John. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second by Mr. Becker.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
could the motion interlineate the word final plat, or the phrase final plat?
John, would you amend your motion to include final plat approval?
And one more thing.
Yeah, but it only says preliminary.
It doesn't, it is final plat,
Mine says, or the thing says.
It says final on here.
at least in my agenda, it says that.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one, I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, to include final plat.
Thank you.
Okay. What is the other thing?
We're not gonna execute the final plat until we have the demolition permit for the home, the existing home. That was part of the condition on preliminary plat, I just wanted to make sure it was extended on
That's
final
doc-
plat.
Okay, that's documented somewhere?
Yes, if you wanted to add it, to amend the motion, then that'd be fine to enter it in the record again.
Okay, John, would you like to amend your motion to include the, demo prior to approval? Or, sorry,
Prior to signature
prior to
execution.
signatures, yeah.
I'll amend it, my motion to also include, final plat, will not be signed or issued until the demolition permit is pulled. Does the demolition have to be done?
Demo and house permit are supposed to come in at the same time. I believe that's what we had originally discussed, so I just wanted it on the record.
Is
Yeah,
that,
okay.
is that documented somewhere?
It's documented with preliminary plat approval.
Okay.
What, final,
Minutes reflected also,
Okay.
public meeting minutes.
Would you clarify that? I know we have to, ask for the permit for demolishing the house, but we have to have the house down first?
No, I think you were gonna apply for both at the same time, demolition and your house permit, we're gonna go concurrently.
Do we have to do that, or, because we're not that far along with the new house?
No, you don't have to.
But we
Okay.
can demolish the house, and, we'll be in compliance with,
Yeah, the demo is more important,
Right.
just to make it conforming.
Right.
The plat can't be recorded because otherwise we're allowing a structure to exist encroaching two lots.
Right.
That's why I just wanted to make sure the record was clear.
So it's only attached to your tear down is attached to the final plat approval, not to your new permit.
right,
That's all.
yeah.
Because we would need the new plat recorded in order to pull the permit for the
Yeah.
final.
Exactly.
Okay, does everyone understand the motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So we have a motion by Mr. Pepora and a second by Mr. Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
yes.
Mr. Cora?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item 4, Schilling Distribution Center, final plat, one lot subdivision. Owner petitioner, Lake County LBM, LLC, 8900 Wicker Avenue, St. John. Vicinity 10501 West 133rd Avenue, Cedar Lake. Petitioner is requesting final plat for a one lot subdivision. Good evening.
Good evening, Jack Slager with Schilling Development, representing Lake County LBM LLC and the Schilling family. We are requesting final plat approval tonight for the one-lot subdivision to allow for the expansion of the distribution center. We did receive primary plat approval last month with the contingency that we also receive BZA approval, which we did last week. The BZA approval was necessary because we only have 60 feet of frontage on 133rd Avenue, and your ordinance requires 80 feet of frontage. So that was approved last Thursday night with fairly little discussion. So we're ready to have the final plat recorded. I believe our contractor, Chester, has already applied for the building permit and is anxiously awaiting the building permit after we get the milers recorded.
Okay. Mr. Oliphant?
There's no comment.
Mr. President,
Anything? Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Would you let the record reflect, or ask it to reflect that John's here, that he participated in this?
Okay. Ashley, would you include Mr.
Just
Foreman?
want to know that you're here, John.
Well, thank you.
For the record. I'm sorry. Thank
No,
you.
that's right. Don, everything, you like it?
Yep.
It's all good? Jill, building department, have any comments?
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
As Jack said, you were at the BZA meeting last week. They received their approval. That was the one item we were waiting on for Don to finish up his letter.
Okay. All right. Chris? Seems good? All right.
Seems good.
Okay. Do any commissioners have any questions or concerns?
No.
Okay. Someone like to make a motion regarding Schilling Distribution Center final plat?
I'd be happy to make a motion to approve final plat for the Schilling Distribution Center of the one-lot subdivision. In favor.
A motion by Mr. Foreman. Do we have a second? Second by Chuck Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Kapura?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkins?
Yes, motion carries. Thank you. Item 5, Black River Bells LLC. Final plat for one lot subdivision. Owner ARDT 3 LLC, 8205 Sterling Falls Circle, Sarasota, Florida. Petitioner Black River Bells LLC, 7915 Kensington Court, Brighton, Michigan. Vicinity is 11109 West 133rd Avenue, Cedar Lake.
Good evening, Mike. Tim Kraus representing Black River Bells. I've got Jeremy on, my civil engineer on Zoom. We're requesting final plat approval.
Okay. Don, why is this not given a 41 address?
It is, it will be. Currently, as 133rd, it's platted, it'll be 13313 Wicker.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Don, any other questions or concerns?
No, we're two small contingencies, just us being copied on correspondence, ongoing correspondence with NDOT. And then the second would be design calculations for a small retaining wall south of there, on the south line effectively. And then we also have a small letter of credit related to water main installation sidewalk.
So all those things are noted in your
Yes, sir.
March 14th letter?
Yep.
Do you have any concerns about any of those, Don, getting done or being correct?
Nope, that's the only way they're getting water. They're gonna have to bore across 41. I think they're gonna have to get through NDOT more than us. We let them know the size is right. They just have to kind of get under 41 to attach to our existing main on the west side of the road.
Okay. Building department, anything?
The 3% inspection fee was paid today. We do have that. No other comments.
Any commissioners have any comments or questions or concerns about this item?
No.
No?
No, sir.
Everybody's good?
To give you an idea on what the inspection fee was, it's $1,532.00. The performance letter of credit will be $57,640.00.
Okay. It's all in your letter.
Yes, it is.
Please make the motion reference Don's letter, March 14th. Mr. Roshan?
Those were my comments, the last ones you made.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, would anyone like to make a motion on this item?
I'll make a motion to approve the final plat as requested by petitioner and to include Don's letter of March 14th, 2022.
Thank you, John. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Pecora?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, Cedar Lake United Methodist Church, one lot subdivision. Owner Cedar Lake United Methodist Church, 7124 West 137th Place, Cedar Lake. Petitioner Richard Henry, 8659 Fillmore Place, Maryville, Indiana, 46410. Petitioner is requesting a preliminary plat extension. Good evening.
Hello, my name is Ken Pewen. I'm the pastor of Cedar Lake United Methodist Church. I'm representing the church as, we're trying to just clean up a few administrative errors that occurred due to the pandemic and things from a 2018 original petition to you for a one-lot subdivision to incorporate the new food pantry, the church building, and the parsonage, and a garage, and a parking lot. So, the items were submitted by email in 2018 and weren't cleaned up. Mr. Oliphant had given us a letter at that time asking us to make some corrections. I believe they were made and not forwarded. They were forwarded again in 21, and we didn't make petition to the commission for an extension on the permit.
Okay.
To,
Well, you're in the right place.
So we're nearing being all done with this. So this is the extension and then the final plat, hopefully at your next hearing.
Don, you're good with the plat extension?
Yeah, it's more administrative.
Okay.
And we'll deal with final plat.
All right. Building department? All good?
Yes, I conferred with David on this one, and that's mentioned at your last work session, that this would be coming in front of you.
Okay. Do any commissioners have any questions or concerns?
What's the length?
1 year. 1 year.
1 year?
If it's not done in a year, pastor can come back and ask for another year. Well, I beg for
We don't see that happening, but I didn't see this happening in 2018 either. So,
You good?
Good. Yeah.
Okay, Josh, anything? Anyone? Everybody's good? Okay. Okay, would anyone like to make a motion regarding the petitioner's request for preliminary plat extension?
Not Bob? I don't want to make a motion because I'm part of the church.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the petitioner's request of the 1-year preliminary plat extension.
We have a motion by Mr. Foreman. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Pecora?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes, motion carries.
thank you.
Is that 1 year from today?
It is, it would be, yes.
1 year from today.
Right.
We'll see you sooner than that.
Okay.
I guarantee it. Item 7, People's Bank Performance Surety. The request is for acceptance of the performance surety of $14,000. I guess it's just that simple. Yes, Chris?
Yeah, this was approved at the town council meeting last night, contingent upon your approval. This was for People's Bank, the asphalt plants that been opened up, so this is to secure the parking lot.
All right, Don, you're good with that number?
Yep.
Okay. All right, would anyone like to make a motion regarding the People's Bank performance surety?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Becker for acceptance,
Second.
second by Mr. Sharp. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes, motion carries. We're going to jump back to item 2. Cedar View final plat for 2-lot subdivision. Owner James and Samantha Brooker, 17316 Camelot Drive in Lowell. Petitioner Cedar Lake Property LLC, 17316 Camelot Drive in Lowell. Vicinity 7936 Lake Shore Drive, Cedar Lake. Petitioner is requesting final plat for a 2-lot subdivision. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Jim Brooker. I'm here tonight requesting a final plat for a 2-lot subdivision.
Okay. Don?
We have no further comments. There is an inspection fee in there in the letter of credit fees in our February 24th letter. 3% would be $383.10, and the letter of credit would be $14,047.00.
This was the February 24th letter?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, Bill, Jill, any questions from the building department?
No, this one I kind of like go, woo, you guys approve it.
Okay. Chris, you good? Okay. Do any commissioners have any questions or comments?
Nope, we've vetted this one in and out and upside down, right, Jim?
Sir.
Okay, would anyone like to make a motion? And I would suggest it include the February 24th engineer's letter.
I make a motion to approve the final plat for 2-lot subdivision for Cedar View, which includes the items mentioned in Christopher Burke's letter of February 22nd.
Thank you, Mr.
24th.
Thank you, Mr. Sharp. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Do you have any public comment?
Yes.
Step up one at a time. Name and address for the record, please.
I'm Nancy Shander. My current address is 3452 Sally Drive in Stager. I'm here regarding 3 subdivision lots on Colfax. 13221 is the main one that currently holds the utilities. I was told to come today. There's been some discussion with Jill and Tim in regards to our property already. I'm here to do a waiver to place utilities on our lot. We bought a 3-lot area from a gentleman here in Cedar Lake. Unbeknown to us, we did not realize that there was already this in place for a subdivision. So we are looking to waive the utilities to the back 2 properties because we don't want to develop them. We only want to build our home on the first lot that already has utilities running to it. So we're here to get a waiver to those utilities.
Okay, well, this is brand new, fresh to me.
Okay, I just wasn't sure what everybody knew.
Yeah, I'm trying to place the property.
So it is right
You own all 3 lots?
So we purchased all 3 lots.
Okay.
Yes.
This is
Obadiah Taylor edition.
Okay.
Recorded back
This
in
is the part, this is the last,
2018.
this is the last, the last north 3 lots.
Yes.
Yes, on the east side of Colfax.
The east side of Colfax.
East side.
So if that was all,
At the end.
okay, well,
They all
this is,
back
all right, hope,
to Lemon Lake County Park.
okay, well, I don't think we're gonna be granting any waivers here tonight. Not having this information is a little concerning to me ahead of time. I think the first thing to do is make a 1 lot out of those 3. Is that the first thing to do, Don?
You could go that direction. Yeah.
Okay. What have you been told by the staff?
So what we've kind of been told is that we know, the way we have the house positioned is because we want to enjoy the 3 lots. We've been told that we would have to get a variance for not having the front door on the street, but it's an eyesight as you come down the street. So that's one thing we were told. We were told that we could apply for the waiver. We were originally told that we have to follow the doings of the gentleman prior to us, and we have to build a road and curbs. But we're never developing the subdivision. We just want one house. I'm sorry, I'm very emotional about it.
No, that's okay. No, breathe. This is stuff that you don't know.
Right.
And so you're asking questions. It's hard because you don't know what you don't know at this stage of the game, so no one's gonna, we're just trying to get our ducks in a row to understand.
Right. So we purchased this land.
Yeah.
We want to reposition our home to view the other 3 lots. There's no road there now, there's nothing there now, and we don't want to disturb what's there currently. We just want to build on the first lot that has the utilities already running to it.
Well, I understand what you're telling me.
Right.
But you need to understand that if that was ever waived, if it was waived, not seeing a plan or anything, I'm saying if that was waived, the rest of those lots could never be developed.
And we're okay with that.
Okay.
That is never our intention to, we just want to look at it.
Yeah, I wish you had some plan or something.
I do. I have some stuff with me. I have,
Okay, but this isn't, you have one of those?
We probably need to get you on an agenda.
Yeah.
This needs to be done in a
Work
work session with particular pieces of criteria that you're requesting deviations on the subdivision, the whole,
Right.
condensing it all into one.
Yeah, I think years ago, somebody was gonna buy all that and then develop it, and then when they
Wasn't it
realized.
Taylor?
Was it him?
Yes, and he was
John?
supposed to,
Or Tom?
You're supposed to
Extend
extend
the
the
roadway.
roadway, extend the roadway, extend the sanitary main,
right.
yeah.
install drainage,
Right, to do a full-blown
do
subdivision.
a full on, yeah, because the road stops just north of.
Which way is that?
So-
Yeah, I remember that.
Because we do
Yeah,
have,
waiver's not
we
possible.
do have all that was back in 17.
So narrower.
So
Yeah.
what we really need you to do is, we need to see what those waivers are gonna be. We need to get you here in a work session, it could be in 2 weeks. Anything you could provide in 2 weeks would be great
Okay.
at the work session, just to get us up to speed on exactly what's going on. I know where this property's at, now that Don mentioned it. So,
Okay.
Condensing,
So
all
we-
these lots into one.
So that's what-
Is
that's
that
what I-
feasible, Mr. Roshan?
There's legal path for that.
Legal path? Yeah. As long as there's a legal path, there's a path.
Okay. So I guess I would just need to know what we'd have to come back in 2 weeks for file stuff.
I would suggest that you get with, the building department, as soon as you can.
Well, we've done that numerous times. They told us to come here today.
Okay, well, this is a meeting.
Okay.
This is not a work session, and I do understand what you want to do.
Okay.
Jill, what are the things she actually needs?
To come in and meet with Chris and the future planner and put together a list of the waivers that she is requesting.
Okay, what has she already talked with you and Tim about?
Exactly what she said, whether we need to pursue a new one-lot subdivision, if the lots are just gonna be combined. The concern isn't what they wanna do, we get that. It's if something should happen and those lots ever get sold, they go up for tax sale. We have 3 lots then, and if utilities aren't extended.
I got you.
So that was some of the direction. I
So
know.
what-
Mr. Chairman.
So one lot, hang
Michael
on.
had spoken with Tim, and the direction was to come here to try and get a little direction to see if you guys would even consider waivers, so that way they knew what they were pursuing,
Well-
since the next meeting isn't for 3 weeks.
Since we don't know exactly what these are, they're all on the same side of the road, right, Don?
Yes.
Correct.
So it sounds to me like there might be a front door waiver.
Right.
I don't think that's the issue.
Right.
What is the, hang on, what is the issue, Don?
I mean, in order to get the subdivision through in the first place, they were already granted waivers for reduction of public infrastructure. And now I think if you waive the requirement to extend it through 3 and 4, you're almost pushing the buck on to the properties to the west if they ever develop. So, I mean, if something ever gets built north of 2, somebody has to put it in.
That's a problem.
So what is your name again?
My name is Nancy
So,
Shander.
Mr. Chairman, what I wanted to explain to Nancy, you see that lot that's highlighted?
Yes,
That's across the street from the property you own,
correct.
okay? So, if you own those lots and your side, then all of that becomes one lot, and you put your driveway where you want and do what you want. But what Don just described, I just wanted him to highlight that so you can understand that somebody else owns those lots on the other side of that road, and I think even at the north end, there may not even be a road.
There is no road,
So-
that ends the cul-de-sac by us.
If you get granted a waiver from where the present asphalt stops, but somebody wants to do the same across the street, then what Don had mentioned means that they would have to be responsible for putting in a road per the town's code, so on and so
Well,
forth.
it's even more complicated because the west lots are already subdivided.
Who owns the west lot?
Individual homeowners, not one,
Not Taylor.
numerous homeowners,
Are you reading my mind?
not the Taylors, no.
Yeah, so there's a road already, there's a road in there already to these other houses and lots.
Yeah.
And there's a road that leads to the lot we're looking to build on.
Yeah, deviating from our subdivision development plans is kind of what Don's getting at.
Well, David, you can correct me if the west sides are already subdivided, and if we waive this on the east side, is it now the town's responsibility to put it in?
It is, and it's the only body left is the town to do that.
We were also told, when my husband received a phone call yesterday, that those lots across from there, which I'm assuming you're seeing as the west side, is swampland and not buildable. So, I don't know, again, that's what we were just told today, so that's,
I'm not remembering that as swamp.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's too high.
I'm just going by what we were told when he spoke with Tim.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just what we're trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, I guess probably, again, getting with the building department, making sure that, we know exactly what you're asking for is probably gonna be step number one.
Okay, so then you would need this plot with the house and how it looks, like is
We'd
that?
like to see that. We'd like
Okay.
to know exactly what, Don will look it over, he will, dial in the requirements and/or waivers as exactly as they need to be. I see now why, the building department has, pumped the brakes on this,
Okay,
and,
yeah, because that's what we're just trying to figure out how we proceed, like our whole savings is in this land.
yeah, no, I got you. I got you.
Well, you're starting off by combining all the lots into one,
Okay.
which is a huge plus in my opinion. Because then the land to the north of where you're gonna build your house,
Right.
where there is a road, somebody in the future is gonna start trying to put a drive or a road in, because you wanna look at the nature, you say, so.
Right.
That's gonna help you, so that's one thing you'll have to do. But like Jerry's, chairman says, apply to be on the work session and put it as a part of our package, and we'll debate it at a work session.
Well, she needs to advertise that first, right?
No.
Not to get on,
This is a concept.
just to show us, educate us.
Okay.
We'll
We
consider,
started down the road tonight, but it was,
this certainly would be considered a concept, and,
yeah. I think you have great lots, by the way.
Wasn't Hall Brothers going to
Those are great lots, by the
build
way.
a
Oh, thank
subdivision in there?
Yeah, they are.
On the west side of that?
Never heard that, Bob.
no clue.
No idea.
They're pretty slow at, getting things built.
What street is that?
Colfax.
It's a short piece of Colfax before Lemon Lake on the north side of the road.
Oh.
Right before the road dips down into the ravine.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Right, and we have that, it does show that he did do, we have like a planning commission meeting where he was supposed to put bond down, like put a bond down on this,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like a bond was even placed. So,
Yeah, I think they just, back then, I think
Just
realized what he
let
would have
go.
had to have done, and he just changed his whole mindset, maybe?
No, I think it was just a mistake.
Oh, was it?
Okay, it just never got collected before the milers were signed.
Oh, okay. Really?
Right, and that's why we're here, because it wasn't completed.
Never got collected.
Right.
But one more,
No letter of credit.
one more time?
There's no letter of credit on record for this. One was recommended, just never got collected.
For the one lot?
Yeah,
So when
for
we
public
purchased the lot,
infrastructure.
we were told it wasn't part of a subdivision because he never followed through with this.
Across from,
Yeah, okay.
Next to
See if you can put something together, the building department can get things dialed in.
Okay,
You know, even if you sit down and talk to Tim for a little bit, just have him kind of go through this, Chris can probably help a little bit.
okay,
What would be required, bring some kind of concept in, and we'll have to weigh out the ramifications to any and all decisions.
okay. So we have to combine the lots and then apply to
No,
the...
I'm not
No,
saying combine.
don't combine them,
You
okay.
could discuss with
So
Chris
make it a,
and Tim, maybe Michelle, whomever can help you here, and exactly what these waivers and deviations may be.
okay.
Okay,
So
no,
make a meeting with,
I'm not recommending doing anything legally with the property right now.
nothing yet, okay, until we figure it out. Okay, so then make an appointment with them again.
Yep.
Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
And then-
Anything you can bring back in 2 weeks, we'd be happy to go over.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
So we needed them to get it in the packet.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think we will be out of town, so can our general contractor or project manager come and speak on our behalf if we have a meeting in 3 weeks?
As long as we have, yeah, we
This
can get an
information-
affidavit from you.
Okay.
Yeah, the information needs to be here the Friday noon before the work session, which will be on Wednesday.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
What is that date? The next work session will be?
April
what?
6th is the next work session.
April 6th. The Friday before that, by noon, the information needs to be in. That gives all of us time to look it over on our time, maybe over the weekend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay?
Something for the new planning director to,
My name is Jerry Costrom, I'm on 134th in Cedar Lake. I was suggested to come here because after my questions at the building department, we're in a new subdivision there, and we'd like to know.
Subdivision where?
where is it again?
Subdivision of Summer Winds,
Okay?
133rd and King Avenue. Okay?
Okay.
We were told that once it's 80% filled, he does the parking lot, or the street, and gets his bond money back, and he's out of there. Okay, so our question is, there's other issues going on, but how do we know when he's 80% filled? Is there a way? And they said, well, come talk to the plan
The
commission.
building department couldn't tell you what 80% was?
Pardon?
The building department couldn't tell you what 80%
No,
was?
they didn't know.
They know.
I know there's 100 lots there, and I've counted 50 homes being occupied right now, but some of the property was sold to other builders. So I don't know how they calculate all that.
80% of, so if there's 100 lots?
Yeah.
The 80th house is 8.
Pardon
It
me?
doesn't matter how many builders are in there,
Okay,
if there's 100 lots, once the 80th one is completed,
Well,
that's theoretically straight up.
you can do it by unit though, as well. It's 3 units, so it's actually triggered by unit fee,
Okay.
technically. But from what we've understood, he wants to combine everything into one letter of credit. He was trying to do that before the winter hit, didn't make it. So the thought is that once he hits 80%, which is, I mean, the third unit is tiny, it's like 8 lots. Second one's even, a little bit bigger. One's the big guy. So I think he's gonna pay everything at once, but he can't just pick up and walk away. Once we get out of performance, it gets rotated into a maintenance letter of credit for 3 years. So, for all that infrastructure, so he's not walking away per se. He's still on the hook to maintain the subdivision for another 3 years. The town will start plowing it once it rotates into maintenance.
Right, that's what we're concerned about, is we want the town to take over the plowing, because the plowing right now is horrendous. They damage all everybody's grass and all that, so that's other issue. But we'd like to have the town, and then we'd like to have the HOA pass on to the new people who want to take it over. And both are a disaster, if I may say that.
But once he sold the lots to somebody else,
He's still on the hook.
Yeah, it's performance.
it's not,
Letter of credit.
but once he sold them, they're done. I mean, he's done with it.
Not-
He's done with the lot.
Builder has to build the home.
He's not done with the public infrastructure.
See, a lot of those
But the
are,
80%, you're looking for 80% build out for when you as a homeowner can take over the HOA.
that's one, and when will the
And
town
then
start
the
following?
the other issue is separate, which is when the performance letter of credit
Nothing to do with
will
it.
convert over to maintenance letter of credit by us accepting the improvement.
So how,
So the intent from the developer was hopefully this spring, summer, to roll those over into one maintenance letter of credit. However, we're not there yet. So that would keep coming in front of the plan commission
Okay.
when they want to do that. So you can keep looking online at the agendas, they're posted online, or, you know, you're more than welcome to stop in here and get an agenda. It's two separate things. The 80% build out doesn't necessarily mean we're waiting till 80% build out for converting the the performance letter of credit to maintenance for you to get the snow plowing that you're looking for us to accept the streets and the public improvements that are there. So
You
they
think
might
that'll be
not
done
go, they might
before
not go
next
hand
winter?
in hand, is what I'm saying.
You think that'd be done before next winter? It's up to the builders.
It's up to the
It should.
builders and how much of the improvements they get in.
It's gonna be close. I mean,
It's
if
gonna
the
be
economy
close.
stays strong, I'd say there's a good chance.
Should.
If not, you could be sitting with where you're at for a long time, right? That's the terrible truth.
Yeah, the letter he sent to us all in December is, everything will be shaped, the roads will be paved, and we'll be out of here in the springtime. That was in December. He probably put up 3 or 4 more homes. It's not even close to 80 homes. So I don't know who's blowing smoke, I don't know, but one thing is we want to get the new HOA, and we can't do that until he, I guess, turns it over. And the snow plowing has been horrendous, so I'm sure you guys do a better job.
Chris, can you get a number of exact, I mean, I guess it would be occupancies, right? How many occupancy permits there are?
Where's the home still?
I don't know if it's well defined. I'd have to look at it. I think it's 80
I mean,
now.
can we get this gentleman a number?
We'll have,
Just some kind of number?
Yeah, we can get it really quick.
It can't be complicated.
I wouldn't think it would be complicated. And
I wouldn't either,
It's
but-
almost embarrassing that he's standing here asking such a thing.
And then, I guess you guys, what you're talking about is way over my head, but I'm sure somebody has to check out the subdivision, that there are 80 homes done? I mean, right?
We normally do it off the building permits.
Yeah.
Michelle will know that in 5 minutes.
Well,
I
some are
have it all
duplexes,
back.
right?
Yeah, about half of them
Units are
duplexes.
different, as Don corrected me, so
There's about 3 or 4 single homes yet to be built, but the rest are all duplexes
Right.
that are being built by other builders, so.
Right.
So the developer has to contact our office before they can pay final surface, because we have to do an inspection on the binder coat. And there are some issues with binder out there that they're going to have to correct.
No way.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a process for this. There's other public infrastructure things that they have to complete before they move on to maintenance. One
And
being
then he
park.
tells us that the town is requiring them to put in a park. Never
No,
heard
that's
that
his
before.
requirement.
Huh?
That's his requirement.
Pardon me?
It's his requirement, parking.
I don't see, Bacon Point have a park in theirs.
This is a private park, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's part of the HOA. So he submitted some information about park equipment at the end of last year, didn't get reviewed quick enough to install it, so I don't know the status of it, but I know it's
He
coming.
tells us in the letter that the town is dragging their feet on that park. So I don't know who to believe anymore.
Well, he ordered it, and with supply stuff, I don't blame him if it's not coming in yet, so. No, we haven't heard anything about the parks since the end of last year.
Okay.
So Chris, could we get some clarity on all this, please, as an update item in 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Summerwinds Unit 1 has 16 buildable lots remaining. Summerwinds Unit 2 has 23 lots remaining. And Unit 3 has, was in between right now, or Unit 3 was still in between, that's as of the beginning of
Unit
March.
3 is, I think, 8 lots, it's tiny.
He's got a ways to go.
It's got a ways to go. That's true.
That's what we're saying.
Okay.
He's telling us, I'll be out of here in the spring, and I don't know who to believe
Well,
anymore.
buy about 10 more of his units, and you'll be rocking and rolling.
Actually, I think we got people wanting to get out of there and selling their houses. The next question I have for you, and this may be out of the realm a little bit, but on 133rd and King Drive, right across from the high school, there's a lamp that looks like the town street lighting. But we've been told it's not the town, that it's the builders, and that thing hasn't worked for the last 2 years. I don't think it was ever hooked up. So we were told it's not the town, it's the builders, but it looks like it's the town, but it's maybe not.
It's on the other side of the road? Is it right next to the new signal?
No, as you make a turn in going south, there's a island with bushes, and it's a light right over the sign.
Oh, in your median right there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the developer. He put it in.
Why don't he fix it, you know, but that's our problem, I guess.
Well, that is another thing that we start inspecting when he
Gets
basically
closer
has
to
to rotate the letter of credit over.
Okay, well, start.
Right now, it's his maintenance. It's his light right now.
I got a hunch your snow plowing issue is directly related to the binder issue Don's talking about, but that's just a hunch.
That's a good hunch, absolutely. You know, I'm not gonna go there, and, you know, he's trying to save everybody a buck, but in the meantime, they're snow plowing the grass and not the driveway, you know? Not a good thing. And, you know, I welcome your town to come in and start plowing the streets. So, the other thing is, and I don't know if this is something you can correct, but at 133rd Place and King Drive, one street south, on the corner, somebody put up, I'm thinking the town, or somebody put up a big sign, maybe because of deep water or something, big orange triangle sign with a heavy metal bracket and sandbags. Over a year ago, we finally got the town of Public Works come and take the orange sign away. But the metal bracket and the sandbags are still sitting on the guy's front yard. I don't know who to contact, because we can't get the Public Works out to pick it up.
We'll make a note of it. Chris, if it's ours, we should get it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll throw it in the garbage, but it doesn't really belong to the owner.
Can you get that to the right people, Chris?
Oh, we'll first have to see if it's ours, and yeah, if it's ours, we'll.
Well, I said the Public Works picked up the sign, why didn't it pick up the bracket, I don't know, but, you know, it's junk, the sandbags, I mean, whatever, but whatever you can do. Thank you very much, I appreciate listening to it.
Okay, very good, thanks.
Can I contact somebody about, in a few weeks, how many lots are left, or was that pretty much the number?
That's the number as of March
I know,
2nd. So you're at,
Thank you.
I'm just thinking NIPSCO wouldn't have a high water sign for any reason. He'd have a high water sign?
Well, maybe not high water. Okay, he did say high water, yeah.
But NIPSCO doesn't pick up anything they leave, they just leave it there, and they don't. We had plenty of that on 147.
That's not even close to the list. Okay, is there any more public comment? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. Yes?
Before we conclude, there was discussion internally about asking the planning commission if it would consider moving the study or work sessions to 6 o'clock time. We can't do that for the public meeting due to the unsafe building board meeting at 6 o'clock, but we could for the study session if you'd like to consider it.
I think I'll toss that around.
I think it's a good idea. I'd call it summer months.
Definitely helps.
If we don't do it all year, I like the idea. Get in here and get started earlier.
Can you do that?
Does that fight John's golf time?
No, it's got nothing to do with golf. How about you, John?
Oh, it has everything to do with golf.
Oh, you golf on Wednesdays also?
No.
You're retired, you golf every day.
I golf yesterday.
I guess the thing about that is that everybody's thinking we get out of here earlier, but that's not necessarily
True.
the case. So,
Study session.
huh?
No, work sessions usually, it's a long.
Well, you got a point. Good point. Yeah, we'll think about that. Give you the.
Well, I don't have a problem with it, and I think we could do the second Wednesday at 6 too, because we'll just move safe buildings to after us.
No, you're
You
will not.
I love it.
I gotta try.
A lot of brainstorming going on here.
Or we start on, or we ask Chris ask the unsafe building committee if they'll start that a half an hour early.
Half an hour didn't work, we were going 45
I thought
minutes.
we're 45
I thought Friday night was.
Yeah, Friday night's perfect.
Okay, is there anything else, Chris? Anything else, Jill?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ashley, Bob, we're all good? Heather, you still there? Everything good?
She's gone.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, thanks for hanging in there. Okay, I'm gonna call this meeting done.